From IBM TV, International Broadcast Media, this is your report from Washington. Today's report begins with the candidates on the attack. Trump is pressing forward with his attacks on Biden as a left-wing radical who's providing, quote, moral aid to vandals, the radical left, protesters, and anarchists. Trump called for patriotic education, stating that children should be taught that America is an exceptional, free, and just nation as a way to combat the left-wing indoctrination and lies about racism in America. Trump's pattern is eerily similar to the one he used leading up to the 2018 midterm elections when he sent troops to the southern U.S. border to combat what turned out to be a phantom invasion of immigrants from Latin America. For his part, Biden, in a speech in Pittsburgh, responded, quote, "I urge the president to join me in saying that while peaceful protest is a right, a necessity, violence is wrong, period. No matter who does it, no matter what political affiliation they have, period. If Donald Trump can't say that, then he is unfit to be president, and his preference is for more violence, not less. That is clear." Trump will be in Kenosha, Wisconsin today, in spite of the governor's objections to the visit on the grounds that it may interfere with the healing process for the community. The campaign is heating up in other ways as well. Vice President nominee Harris called for charges against the officer involved in the shooting of Jacob Blake, stating, quote, "From what I've seen, it seems that the officer should be charged." In addition, the Democrats are beginning to roll out their high-profile surrogates, with Michelle Obama declaring that, quote, "systemic racism is coming from the White House," end quote. The political allegations will, of course, continue today. From a different perspective, according to Real Clear Politics' average of all polls, Biden maintains a national lead over Trump by 6.2%. However, Biden's lead shrinks to just 2.7% in the average of 6 battleground states, with Biden leading in Wisconsin by 3.5%, leading in Florida by 3.7%, leading in Pennsylvania by 4.7%, leading in Michigan by 2.6%, leading in Arizona by 2.2%, and narrowly trailing in North Carolina by 0.3%. In other news, the comprehensive COVID-19 relief package negotiations have temporarily stopped, with both sides refusing to move from their defined positions. The Republicans are at $1.3 trillion, and the Democrats remain at $2.2 trillion. Yet both sides continue discussions on the plethora of looming funding bills necessary to avoid a government shutdown at the end of this month on September 30th, when the government officially runs out of money. In our post office update, as expected, there has been no movement, beginning to raise questions that any monies appropriated may not arrive in time to alleviate the crisis. Next, the national moratorium on evictions ended yesterday. America is bracing itself for the potential impact of mass displacement. Finally, the current COVID death toll from Johns Hopkins University is over 183,601 American souls lost, with no end in sight. That is your report for this day, September 1st, 2020. From IBM TV, International Broadcast Media, smart television for a smarter global community, from dictatorships to democracies around the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. I'm Bill Trezevant.